Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So let's see, it's on its way to 4 o'clock. It is 22.1 degrees Celsius, 78% humidity. It is damp out. My batteries are back to charging. It is the 16th of May, Saturday, and that one says 72 degrees. It feels humid, I must admit that. Anyway guys, so this morning I tore apart the outside part of that air conditioning unit. I only got the outside part, so I tore apart an outside air conditioning unit, and I think I'm just gonna run it in on Monday, Tuesday, depending on what the weather looks like. So there's those aluminum fins, and by the way, these pipes are aluminum too. The motor, the copper. I got a couple of pieces of brass and the compressor left in the driveway. So just quickly, I'll show you my calculations. I'm thinking maybe it's worth 30 bucks. See what you guys think. I'm not turning it in for a couple of days, so I'll let you guys get some opinions in. I weighed everything up the best I can, and I came up with the compressor weighing about 90 pounds. If I get 50 cents a pound on it, that gives me 18 bucks. 25 pounds worth of aluminum radiator. And if I get 20 cents a pound on that, that's another 5 bucks. About 4 pounds of dirty copper, I figured 3 bucks. 10 pound, or yeah, well actually I'm not turning in the steel, so let's put a 0 there. And then dirty brass, about a pound, call it a buck. And a 10-pound electric motor, which is another 2 bucks. And you add those all together and you come up somewhere at 29 bucks, 30 bucks, so it's worth about 30 bucks. Now the question, was it worth killing myself to lift it up, put it in the back of my new truck, tear it apart, then haul it about a gallon round trip for gas, so call it 3 bucks worth of gas? We'll let the wear and tear go because the truck exists anyway, but you know, basically I didn't get rich picking that up on the side of the road. Though, on the positive side, it gives me a reason to go down to the scrapyard and see what they got. And you know, I always like looking around at scrap metal. So, matter of fact, I'm building up a bit. This is, you know what? I might just put some other stuff in here, and maybe I will throw some steel in, maybe 50, 100 pounds of steel. So there we are. This guy. Look at that! It sprouted a back axle. Just quickly, just to give you an eye of what it looks like. So that's about where the tires are. The width of the tires are about what they were with the regular axle on it. Right, round and round we go. I have to get serious about heights and where things are going to sit and so forth like that. And assuming that I duplicate this pretty well, you can see, I think you guys can see, it's about 16 inches. I need about 16 inches of motor height there. And if you come over here, and the height from the bottom of the rail to the seat, I think you guys can see that. I'm looking about 14 and less than a half. So there's one or two things I could do. I can raise the seat up, but gradually as you raise the seat up, you see the bottom of the steering wheel? And I kind of illustrated that here, right? I raise the seat up, and you get into the point where the steering wheel is not all that far from the seat, right? you got to kind of squeeze underneath the steering wheel to get in. So I'm not liking that too much. Though I have to say, sitting up this high is comfortable, because your legs probably gonna collapse on me. Yeah, it did. But anyway, the nice thing is your legs are actually up a little higher, and it is more comfortable. So that's one thing I could do. I can raise the seat, but I'm not liking that much. The other thing I could do is put this frame rail, and I don't know if I'm showing this to you well. If I can put this piece of frame here beneath that, welded to the bottom of the unistrut, right? Welded to the bottom of the unistrut, and then take off from the frame down here. This is 1.5 inches, this piece here. So that gets me up to 15 and change, which still isn't enough. So I could go with 2 of these, and I am going to box it, so it should be pretty strong. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking out loud on the best way to do it. Or I can split the difference, raise the seat a little bit, and drop the motor down. The argument against dropping the motor down too much is now you have this pan sitting low, and it starts killing my ground clearance. Though this doesn't exactly help my ground clearance, but this ground clearance and this guy, right, theoretically I'm still pretty good in the center here, right? If I back up, right, you can see that, and you can see that I'm still pretty good in the center. I don't know, I'm still, we're getting to the, it's time to weld and make some real decisions here. It looks like what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack those cables. They're not doing me any good, right? Whack those brake cables. That'll finish cleaning it up. There's basically going to be a box here for the engine to sit on, and I think I'm going to end up building a frame. I'm just not quite ready to cut this one up yet, and even if I do cut it up, the bottom really isn't flat. It's kind of got an arc to it, so even if I do cut it up, it's not quite a perfect situation anyway. I guess I can weld angle iron to get it flat, but it's getting to be pretty Rube Goldberg there, and I'd rather not do that. I think it'd just be easier to go with kind of double wide square metal here, and have ears coming off of it to attach the engine to, a single wide here, right, and do it that way. That'll, you know, go a little longer in both directions. That'll give me a flat plate to bolt to. Then I really should kind of go across the top. If I go right on top of the top, that ain't gonna help much. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud. Some people have a really good way of seeing this stuff in their mind's eye. For me, I gotta kind of look at it and go away, and look at it and go away like a half a dozen times to kind of get it down and make it look halfway decent. you know, little things that are interesting. As you really start looking at the frame, you can see there's a height difference between here, and they actually make it up with this little piece. Not so much here, but over here there is, right? So as they were welding this frame together, one could see that they had their own compromises they kind of had to dance around. All right. What else could I tell you guys? I don't think there's anything else. Folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Maybe when I go to the scrapyard, I'll also see if he's got any dimensional steel he wants to sell off. Go down there and, you know, get pennies for my stuff and pay him dollars for his stuff. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please, guys, remember to enjoy all your days. Bye now.